SGA voting numbers over the past decade, where the voter participation numbers stack up and new administration plans to change.
The trial date has now been moved for the suspected Highland Park shooter, what the request set the trial back an entire year.
Meanwhile, the anticipated 2-week trial for the shooting on the scene of the film Rust began today, why the film's armorer is pleading not guilty.
And if you're one of the 153,000 student loan borrowers in the U.S., see how Biden's most recent decision will impact your payments.
And I'm currently tracking some warmer temperatures and rain for tonight.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 9. I'm Sophie Schick.
And I'm Amelia Winter.
Last night's SGA election broke records as the largest voter participation since 2021. NewsLink Indiana's Alex Almanza breaks down those numbers for us tonight.
Across campus this week, new leadership within the Student Government Association is bringing high hopes from President-elect Noah Poole and Vice President-elect Brenna Large. Poole and Large's Elevate ticket led with over 700 votes. Meanwhile, the Adams and Angel ticket with Samuel Adams and Angel Esquivel Vasquez falling short with just under 500. But when we take a larger perspective of where those votes exactly stand, take a look at this. From 2022 to 2023, this is the amount of students that were expected to be attending Ball State University, around 20,000. But when we look at last night's election results, take a look at this. Only around 1,200 students in total put in their votes. So what does this mean going forward for student leaders getting more students to hit the virtual polls?
It's really an opportunity to have your voice heard. Oftentimes, voting turnout is not as high as it is at other universities, and that's something that students should be aware of.
We historically have really low turnout, and so really getting students out there. And if you don't vote in the future, the people in office might not represent you. So it's really important to get out there and go vote to make sure that what you believe in is being represented.
Now looking at results from the years past, just 10 years ago, total voter participation hit just under 3,000 total votes. But with an 82% difference compared to today, it's a number both Poole and Large are looking to improve. In Muncie, Alex Almanza, NewsLink, Indiana.
The inauguration of Poole and Large will be held Wednesday, April 17th at 3:15 p.m. in Cardinal Hall B. And we'll continue covering Ball State Student Government Association and the Elevate slate. You can stay up to date on issues affecting you, both on air and online at ballstatedaily.com. Now, it's been pretty beautiful out, but I hear that we have some rain in store.
I heard that too. Hunter's going to give us a first look at your weather.
Yeah, we are currently looking at some really nice temperatures right now. Currently 57 in Muncie and as well in Indianapolis here. But as we look at this regional radar, we are going to have some rain coming in tonight as well as some cloud cover here. Now, we are currently 19 degrees warmer. How long will this last here? As long as we have the above average temperatures here for the next few weeks, it is here to stay. Now, what am I tracking? We are tracking some rain tomorrow, a cool down on the way, but we have a nice big warm up. I'll have more in my full forecast.
Across state lines, an Illinois judge has set a new trial date for the suspect in the 2022 Highland Park shooting. The trial is now scheduled to begin February 24th of next year. Robert Crimo is accused of opening fire at a 4th of July parade, killing 7 people and injuring 38. Crimo's trial was set previously to begin next week, but the date was changed after he requested once again to be represented by a public defender.
The trial of Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, who was the armorer on the set of the Alec Baldwin film Rust in New Mexico, began today. She loaded the gun Baldwin was rehearsing with when it fired a live round, killing the cinematographer, and has been accused of criminal negligence for her handling of the weapons on the set. Laura Aguirre has more on this case as jury selection begins, a case watched closely since the film star could face trial on the same charge later this year.
I'm the armor, or at least I was.
That's Hannah Gutierrez-Reed with Santa Fe, Mexico deputies shortly after the deadly on-set shooting of Rust cinematographer Helena Hutchins in 2021. Gutierrez-Reed was the film's armorer and is now charged with involuntary manslaughter and evidence tampering. She has pleaded not guilty.
She came in here and it went across her chest. And it came out her back and it went into her.
The bullet also wounded director Joel Souza, who was standing near Hutchins. Now the jury that will determine Reed's fate is being selected in a Santa Fe courthouse Wednesday. New Mexico's Health and Safety Bureau says as the armorer, Gutierrez Reed was responsible for all storage, handling, and maintenance of the firearms and ammo on set. According to investigators, live rounds were found on the scene, commingled with dummy rounds.
So if that's the case, then who commingled them?
Actor and Rust producer Alec Baldwin was holding the prop gun that killed Hutchins. He too has pleaded not guilty to involuntary manslaughter and could face trial later this year. The film's assistant director, David Halls, handed Baldwin the weapon.
When the guy hands me the gun and says we have a cold gun on set, that means the gun is empty. I pulled the hammer all the way back without locking it, and the gun went off.
Halls was convicted of negligent use of a deadly weapon last year. Prosecutors say Gutierrez Reed's trial will focus on lax safety protocols during the filming of Rust, while Gutierrez Reed's attorney insists his client is being unfairly prosecuted. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Several Rust crew members are included on the state's and defense's list of witnesses who may be called to testify during the anticipated 2-week trial. Baldwin has not been listed as a potential witness by either side in the trial.
Prosecutors want to send a former FBI informant charged with lying about the Biden's family alleged business dealings in Ukraine back to jail while he awaits trial. Special Counsel David Weiss insists Alexander Smirnov is a flight risk. A judge released him from jail yesterday, citing conditions that would make it difficult for him to flee, like GPS monitoring, confiscating his passports, and ordering him to remain in Nevada where he currently lives. But in a filing today, Weiss said Smirnov lied about his access to significant amounts of cash and cited his connections to foreign intelligence officials. Smirnov has not entered a plea, but his lawyers say he's fighting the charges. A hearing has not been scheduled. Smirnov's false bribery claims against the Bidens were a central part of a House impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
President Joe Biden has canceled another $1.2 billion of student loan debt. This latest round of relief impacts nearly 153,000 borrowers who are enrolled in a new repayment plan the administration launched in August. The Saving on a Valuable Education plan erases remaining federal student loan balances for those who originally borrowed $12,000 or less and have made payments for at least 10 years. Since taking office, Biden has canceled nearly $138 billion of federal student loan debt for nearly 4 million borrowers. After the break, tax season is upon us. See what the IRS is concerned about for private jet usage.
Plus, KFC is adding a new food item to the menu, and it's not what you are expecting.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
The IRS is zeroing in on corporate jet usage as it cracks down on wealthy tax cheats. Starting today, the agency said it will start dozens of audits this spring. IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel says there are currently 10,000 corporate jets operating in the U.S. Tax benefits for business air travel can add up to tens of millions of dollars in deductions. The IRS is concerned some business people are taking the deductions for flights that are in reality personal trips. There may also be individuals failing to report personal use of corporate jets as income.
It's been 30 years since the cost of food ate up more of your income, according to the U.S. Labor Department. American consumers are now spending 11.3% of their disposable income on food. According to the latest USDA data available, that hasn't happened since President George W.H. Bush was in office. Prices at the dining establishments jumped more than 5% last month compared to January. While commodities like corn, wheat, and chicken have gone cheaper, they are being offset by higher prices for sugar, beef, and French fries.
Uber Eats is launching robot deliveries in Japan. Yesterday, the company announced a partnership between robotics firm Cartken and Japanese industrial titan Mitsubishi Electric to launch autonomous sidewalk robots. They will start delivering orders in part of Tokyo beginning next month. The robots are designed to avoid obstacles, move at roughly the same speed as a walking adult, yield to pedestrians, and stop at traffic lights. This development will make Japan the first international market to have autonomous delivery available on Uber Eats.
Why choose between chicken and pizza when you can have both? Check it out. This is the Chizza KFC is adding, the new pizza-inspired item to its menus nationwide starting Monday. The Chizza features 2 white meat fried chicken fillets topped with marinara sauce, melted mozzarella cheese, and crispy pepperoni. You can order the Chizza on its own or make it a combo.
After the break, we will have the latest in the local weather.
Yeah, so currently we have warmer temperatures. How long will this last? I'll have more in my full forecast.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try and to teach them. When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm missing this. Okay, Grandma. I see you.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. It keeps you, your community, and loved ones protected. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Welcome back. I'm weather forecaster Hunter Luzader. It has been a nice day. We're actually 19 degrees warmer in Muncie than this time yesterday. So definitely feeling those spring-like temperatures this evening. But as I pan to the regional radar, you can see some cloud development and some showers that are developing in our viewing area, and we will continue to have some rain tonight and into tomorrow here. But as I zoom, you can see our counties such as Anderson, Winchester, and Richmond are experiencing those rain showers and will continue throughout the evening. Our current temperatures, though, it is 57 in Muncie, 59 in Bloomington, and a little bit chilly up in Fort Wayne of 51 degrees. As I zoom into our hometown temperatures currently, though, most of the region is in the upper 50s, but Richmond is sitting a little bit cooler of 50 degrees. Not too bad for this time of the year, but we will have actually some marginal risks of severe weather this evening, but shouldn't really cause much travel issues throughout the night. Could possibly have some hail, but we will keep you posted on that as well. As I go at 9 p.m., you can see showers are beginning to develop in our viewing area, and we'll have a little bit of pockets throughout the evening, but your big picture is for the morning commute. As you see, we do have those lingering showers that do develop. Could be heavy at times, but should exit the state around 6 p.m., bringing more cloudy and cooler conditions for your Friday commute. But as I said, tonight we will have a low of 50 degrees here, wind south 10 to 15 miles per hour. So a really great evening, but unfortunately we could potentially have some thunder within those certain showers. As I pan through tomorrow here, you can see mostly rain all day as we get to a high of 54 degrees. And we will have a shift in the winds here. As you can see, winds will start to pick up from the southwest as this system and this pressure is hovering over central Indiana, but shift more towards a northerly breeze, which is bringing those actually cooler temperatures for Friday. We'll be more humid though on Friday, just cooler on those temperatures. But for the next 6 to 10 days, we will have above average temperatures. So very nice, go out and take advantage of those plans. As unfortunately, we will have a dip in temperatures this weekend, unfortunately, as we have breezier conditions with a high of 54 for Friday here. But as I pan back through the weekend here, look at those low temperatures here, around 21 to 26 degrees, but we will have more rain in store for Tuesday here with almost record-breaking temperatures in the 70s.
Right, absolutely. But I feel like we're in that time of the year where we're constantly battling with February and the temperatures.
Definitely. We have that fall spring, and then we have going into winter. It doesn't make any sense. We'll never know.
Never does. And we can't trust the groundhog either,
No.
so what do we know? But
yeah, definitely fall spring here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Hunter.
One Ball State program looks to continue flying high, and another faces some adversity. All that and more next in sports.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, amigo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed. But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows. Ooh.
My lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Luke Barnes with sports. Ball State's women's basketball back home in Worthern Arena, ready to take on the Central Michigan Chippewas. The Cards fly into this one with an impressive 22-3 overall record on the season and an 11-1 record in the MAC. On the opposing side of the court, the Chippewas sit at just 5-17 on the season and are in desperate need of a win. Ball State gets out to a fast start in the first quarter to take a commanding 23-8 lead, and that lead did not dwindle as the Cards win this one in easy fashion, 78-54. Ball State will be back in action this Saturday at Toledo to take on the Rockets. To keep it on the hardwood, Ball State men's basketball earns a comeback victory over Northern Illinois last night. Junior Jalen Anderson leads the way with 19 points. The Cardinals fighting hard to overcome a 9-point deficit with just over 8 minutes remaining. Ball State finds their groove to go on a 16-2 run to claim a 58-53 lead, a lead they would never relinquish. Anderson ends the night with 8 rebounds and 7 assists, but it was a free throw in the final minute that would give Anderson his 1,000th career point as a Cardinal. This moves the Cardinals back to 500 on the season. They'll be back in action against Eastern Michigan at home on Saturday. Staying above the rim, Wapahani boys basketball and record breaker Isaac Andrews look to finish the season strong. NewsLink Indiana's DeMar Robinson has more.
Big town, a big school, and big players are what most people expect to see from a school with winning records. But for Wapahani High School, it's the opposite of what you might expect. With a 19-2 record, this team works every week to keep the number high on the left side of the dash. The team is no stranger to having a successful season. Head coach Matt Luce has led the team in winning record seasons since gaining position in 2012.
It's a special group, D. I mean it. And I've coached them, a lot of them, since kindergarten, first grade. They've grown up with me. They're a special, special group that we think a lot of. And to be 19-2 at this time and have a chance to win our 20th game on senior night's a big deal.
A big deal indeed, as on senior night, they will also be honoring senior and captain Isaac Andrews, who was not only the team's leading scorer, but just made history being Wapahani High School's and Delaware County's all-time leading scorer. But those achievements, though big, aren't on his mind right now.
I've been playing with these guys a long time. We're just having a lot of fun and winning basketball games. Yeah, we're ready for the sectional. Hopefully make a run in the tournament. I mean, just keep playing our game. I think we'll be successful if we keep doing that.
There's no surprise of Indiana's basketball nature. History's made here, and Isaac Andrews is displaying just that. And as the regular season starts to come to an end for this team, facing off against Shenandoah this Friday, the decider how far this team goes in the postseason is in their hands. In Selma, DeMar Robinson, NewsLink, Indiana.
Isaac Andrews is having quite the season this year. He sits just under 2,000 points, and on Friday he has the opportunity, just 12, that's all he needs, half of his average of 26 on the season in order to break 2,000. He's already the record breaker for Wapahani High School and Delaware County. He is quite the stud.
That is so impressive, and maybe he would be a great addition to Ball State men's basketball team. That would be amazing to see him out there on the court.
You're right.
Absolutely.
They definitely are looking for that spark, that
Yes.
scorer that can just go on the court and get a bucket for you.
And speaking of Ball State basketball, I mean, shout out to Jalen Anderson for his
Yes.
1,000 points as well. I mean, I know, like, at my age, even playing basketball, if I was doing it in my backyard, I would be lucky if I got 4 points in 3 hours. So, big shout out to him.
Yeah, Jalen, that is also an incredible feat for him.
Absolutely.
Very.
Well, thank you so much, Luke.
Thank you. Coming up, we'll have some more of your local headlines.
Plus, Hunter has a final look at your forecast.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. One woman in Muncie has been nominated. Alana Gaither has more.
Annette Campbell has been nominated for the 2024 Igniting the Flame Award for the Juneteenth Muncie Fundraising Jubilee for her leadership, positive impact, and lasting change on kids. She took the turn to become a foster parent in 2006. Being a foster parent has changed her tremendously, she says, starting with realizing how to treat kids and ultimately change their minds.
A lot of people are going to take the little one, and I don't want them separated. You know, because the teenager, they're usually mean or mad at the world, or, so you guys, y'all want me to adopt y'all? So that's how I adopted them. But I didn't go into the foster system wanting to adopt, so, but that's what happened.
Campbell wants to open a home for teenage girls one day to decrease negative statistics such as foster kids will end up homeless or in prison. She wants to show there is a better way.
I didn't think she was going to make it, but she calls me too, you know, and tells me the things that I've told her or taught her. We, like I said, we're parents. We might not think that they're taking it right then and there when we tell them, but they think about it later on down the road.
Campbell calls herself a big family person and loves kids. She says she believes it is her calling.
Tonight on campus, Schmidt-Wilson presented a new event called the Art Bank. The Art LLC was pumping with creativity as students from the art, theater and dance, and design living learning communities came together for a unique event called Art Bank. The Art Bank gives students the opportunity to donate old art supplies and discover new ones. The Art Bank helps students gain resources that they need for classes.
As incoming freshmen tend to not know how expensive supplies are going to be for their first year, as well as not really using these supplies afterwards. So we created this event so students can help dispose of these supplies and help those who may not be able to afford these supplies gain through their community.
LLC offers many fun events throughout the year to help students take advantage of their community's resources. For more information, go to ballstatedaily.com.
Well, you know, it's been a very nice day, and we'll continue to have that stretch, actually. So we're going to have some rain tonight on into tomorrow here. A little cooler conditions to start off, but we'll have a drop into temperatures Friday. Maybe some frost when you scrape off that, but we'll start to gradually warm up Sunday, which almost having record-breaking temperatures into Tuesday here. And as I mentioned here, we'll have some thunderstorms that will be in play on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we will keep you updated when it comes to those storms. But again, fall, spring, it's like a roller coaster of temperatures here. But if you stay connected with Ball State NewsLink, we will keep you posted on those temperatures and those thunderstorms that will happen tonight, tomorrow, and next week here.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hunter. And that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.